Hello everyone, it's Silver Wings, and today I'm going to be doing a little special on a coin that I have really learned to admire, and that's the Mercury Dime, which originally was known as the Winged Head Liberty Dime. So I'm going to start by sharing a little information about the Mercury Dime and then show my beginning collection here of the Mercury Dime. Well, first of all, I love the Mercury Dime. I don't know what it is about the dime, but it's just so intricate and just such a beautiful design that I love the Mercury Dime. Although it is a tiny coin, I have really learned to admire, appreciate what has gone into the Mercury Dime. So I wanted to share a little bit about its history. As I just mentioned, the Mercury Dime, as it is called, was originally named the Winged Head Liberty Dime. But what happened is a lot of the people just went ahead and started calling it the Mercury, and so throughout all the years, that name has stuck with the coin. It does not, however, depict the Mercury, the messenger of the gods of the Roman mythology. It instead is the Liberty wearing a winged cap, symbolizing the freedom of thought. Now, it first made its appearance in 1916, and it was a symbol of America's new spirit. The coin it replaced was the barber dime, which was rooted in the 19th century, a time when American life was more formal. And so it was a nice, refreshing change for the Mercury dime to come in. Now, under 1890 law, they could not replace a coin design more frequently than every 25 years. The barber dime, the quarter, and the half dollar were first introduced in 1892, and so it reached the quarter century mark in 1916. And so at that time, the mint actually wasted no time in replacing all those three coins: the barber dime, the quarter, and the half dollar. Also, the designer of the Mercury dime was a German-born man by the name of Weinmann. As they had the competition on who would get to design the dime, Weinmann ended up getting the dime as well as the half dollar. He was born, he was German-born, and came to the United States in 1880. And he studied under the famed Augustus St. Gaudens. So that's just a little bit about the coin. Again, it came out in 1916, and it finalized in 1945 was the last year that the Mercury dime was minted. The production of the branch mints in Denver and San Francisco was less than 10 million pieces a year. There were some higher outputs in the main mint of Philadelphia, which exceeded 100 million only 5 times. Now, through the NGC, some of the information that they have come out with as far as the Mercury dimes is that large numbers of Mercury dimes exist in grades up to mint state 65, and they're readily available even in MS 66 and 67, at least for the later dates. The earlier dates are, they're going to be the mint states. You probably find them lower than that. Now, this coin was born on the eve of our nation's entry into World War I. It remained a very integral part of America's coinage lineup through the end of World War II, and of course it made its final appearance in 1945. And in 1946, following the death of Franklin Delano Roosevelt, the new design with a portrait of the former president was issued. Armed with a Mercury dime, the youngsters of the 1940s had their choice to buy these things with the Mercury dime, which I thought was, pretty interesting. With a dime at that time, if you were a teenager, you could buy a 52-page comic book, a double-dip ice cream cone, 2 Hershey bars, or 2 bottles of Coke, which we know today that would cost somewhere around $2 and up. So that's just a little bit about the Mercury dime. Now here's a picture of my 2016 24 karat gold Mercury dime. I wanted to have an SP70, and this is the coin right here. It's a beautiful, beautiful coin in gold. I absolutely love it. I love the design, the Liberty with the winged cap. And for a lot of the collectors, one of the things that you look at is the intricacy of the winged cap, the hair around the face. The clearer it is, of course, the better quality you're going to have. And some of the coins that are very, very used, you're going to see less of the design in it. So this would actually be the perfect way that the coin would look actually as a 70, because that's what this is. Again, the 3 mints that have the coin are the Philadelphia, San Francisco, and Denver. Like I said, Adolf Alexander Weinman was the designer. And I'm going to go ahead now and show you my actual Mercury dime small collection, because I've just started collecting. As many of you know, I've only been collecting since the very end of December. So I'm going to go ahead and show you my Mercury dimes. Here is my collection that I have of the Mercury dimes. I started with the last year, 1945, which is at the bottom right. Let's see if I can. So there is my 1945 from Philadelphia, 1944 Philadelphia, 1943, and that's full band, which we'll talk about in just a moment. 1942 Philadelphia. Coming up, let's see here, what do I have? I have the 1942 San Francisco, 1941 San Francisco, 1941 full band. That's Philadelphia. If it doesn't have the designation, it is Philadelphia. 1941 San Francisco. Coming to the top here, I have 1939 Denver, 1937 Philadelphia, 1936 full band, 1935 full split band. So for many collectors, one of the things that they're looking for is the detail, of course, in the winged cap, the details around the hairline here, and then in the obverse, you're looking at these bands. And let's see if I can get close for you to see. If you notice the bands, they have a split line. And the more you can see this band and the split lines on them, the better strike the coin has and the less wear it has. So these are some of the things that we look for as collectors when we're collecting the nicer Mercury dimes. We want to see that it has full bands and split as much as possible. The clearer the line, the better the the strike on the coin. And also the mint mark is usually found right here at the bottom of the obverse of the Mercury dime. Okay, and so these are just pictures here to just kind of show what it is that collectors are looking for. And I actually got a little copper round and a little silver round, and again my entire Mercury dime collection, which I absolutely love. And I'm going to continue with my Mercury dimes. If you happen to have any information about the Mercury dime, that I didn't cover a lot, I just covered the basics. But if there's anything out there that a lot of you silver stackers and coin collectors know about the Mercury dime that you'd like to share with me and the rest of the community as far as what to look for in these beautiful coins, please comment below. I'd appreciate comments, any information that you can share to learn more about these beautiful Mercury dimes. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.